Oh, hey, so I was getting ready to go out and do a little movie hunting. Maybe stop at a couple Walmarts, go in Barnes& and Noble. You want to come with me? That sounds like a good idea. Let's get out there and let's see what we can find. Let's have some fun. Let's go!
Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Ah!
Well, you can actually follow me into Walmart. It's a wet morning, been raining, but we're going to try to go in and see what they got. Look at this silliness they got up front. Who wants all this icy stuff? They even got these random mystery plushes. This is ridiculous. I guess it's supposed to be for Memorial Day, 4th of July stuff. I don't know. I just think it looks kind of silly, but they even got ducks. This is crazy. So I went over to the movie section. They didn't have anything on the new release side, but they had more new box sets of these TV stuff. There's Bonanza. They reorganized this, but they won't put the damn new movies out. There's that Three's Company collection. I've got a version of that I did an unboxing of, so check that out on the channel. I'll put a card up here. They got some series called Younger. I don't know what that is. One Tree Hill. The Flash. Wayans Brothers. There's that Honeymooner set. Somebody said that was on Amazon for like double or more the price. They got Rookie Blue. I remember getting seasons of that in the Dollar Tree. Person of Interest. Game of Thrones. And Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead are all marked down. Babylon 5, The Expanse are on sale. Hey, that's new. I didn't know that was going to be in stores. Drew Carey Show. I might would have to pick that up. I think that somebody said there's some episodes missing though.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Let's take a closer look at this. How's the packaging? Everyone's favorite everyman, Drew Carey. Special features Life Inside the Cubicle. And there are 4 episodes not included. I bet it's music related. So it's in 2 of those double stacked cases. I hate that. But that's probably the only way you're ever going to be able to get it in the complete series form. So over here in this section, they moved a lot of the stuff down into the cheaper section. You can get the Blu-ray of Wicked for $17 now. Deadpool still $24. Twisters, the Blu-ray is $17. We got some anime stuff here. Wolfman, they never got anything but the DVD. That's disappointing. Walmart, I don't know. I never know when they're randomly going to carry Blu-rays of 4Ks. It's just inconsistent between stores. Buck Rogers is down here, and then that Vincent Price collection, I got it for $27 online, so check that out. They got a Godzilla set, Superman. So these are the collections. Oh, look here, Sharks Attack, 8 movie collection. Deep Blue Sea, Jaws 2, 3, and 4. Deep Blue Sea, it's all 3. And so the Meg, it's 1 and 2. So obviously Jaws is missing. They're not going to release the first Jaws on a cheesy set with it being the 50th anniversary.
Smile, you son of a...
Got some Power Ranger down here. Got Sonic. What's up here? Yellow Jackets, Chucky collection. Got Saw marked down, the Tulsa King 1 and 2. Lord of the Rings. So these are the movie collections. Continued. Young Sheldon. Got regular show down there. Captain Planet is obviously marked down. There's a Blu-ray set of that now. Oh, that's the original Adventures of Superman. That seems kind of expensive. That's been out a while. So let's just see what else they got left in the horror section. So remember, there's a new Bloody Disgusting section. People are picking up those American Psycho pins I saw. I might have to get that. And then I got the Jaws Zen Garden. I'll do a little video of that to show you what it looks like. Friday the 13th, they got the lamp and the figure. And people look like they bought up those Goosebumps figures, man. What else we got? SpongeBob. Got some Jurassic Park stuff. Still got a couple of things from Family Guy. Got the plush Brian in the shirt. Somebody put a Blu-ray over here. So this is the little Funko Pop section. They do have a couple of new ones. They got some Peanuts. Multiple ones. Got Charlie Brown. What they got over here? So they got some anime stuff, Dragon Ball Z. I don't know anything about any of that. If anybody knows whether any of that's worth any money, drop a comment down below. Got some DC stuff. Captain Cold. I was looking back here to see what they had. Then they also got, I think there is a Platinum Edition version of that one. Then they got Bizarro. And who's back here? Batman. Gold label. I don't know if any of those are worth anything. Let me know in the comments down below. They got Willie Nelson still. Toonie Terrors, they don't have much of that. They still have the Michael Myers, Curse of Michael Myers, a Halloween figure. I'll let you see a close-up view of that if you didn't see from before in one of my videos. It's a really nice looking figure. It comes with a lot of accessories. The Strode Realty sign. There's a closer look. It's a really nice looking figure. Too bad the movies kind of suck, but either way. So I wonder if they're going to release any other ones. So down here they had a few Steelbooks. They still got the Masters of the Universe, Revelation and Revolution. Sympathy for the Devil. That's weird. That's showing back up here. That's a 4K Steelbook. So they don't have any of the new Steelbooks like the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. They still got Wanted, Pikachu and Twister, Renfield and Evil Dead. So they got a lot of the Shout / Scream Factory ones. Those are the two of the better ones right there. Hey, look, in the toys they had started stocking the new Superman figures. These are not the deluxe ones. These are like the 6 or 7 inch ones. They're only $10. Got Green Lantern and his bowl haircut. So it looks like there's 6 figures in the set. And you can build, I guess, his robot. So there's Mr. Terrific. I don't know anything about that character. Put in the comments down below. What do you think of that? I think there's way too many damn characters in this Superman movie. And shit, look, I knocked everything over.
By God. We're going to have to clean that up later.
I was looking, is that all? They don't have all the figures unless somebody scalped them all. Heroes and Villains, there's some little like 3-inch figures. What is this? Oh, that's that character I was asking. Is it Baby Joey? What the hell that thing is? And a Baby Kaiju. They got some of the bigger sets down here. Fortress of Solitude with Superman, Crypto, couple figures. That's kind of cool. They got the Kaiju Slime Battle. I think slime goes in it, and then when you punch it open, it like runs out of it. So either way. Down here, they got a couple of new Marvel figures. The Dark Avengers. That's pretty neat looking. I haven't seen that one before. So they just randomly bringing them out, or did Walmart just slowly put them out in this store? But let's see what wrestling stuff they got. They got the Lex Luger Ultimate, the Solo Sikoa Ultimate, the NWO pack, which needs to go down in price for anybody's going to buy that. Monday Night Wars, the only thing they got is Ken Shamrock and Ringmaster. Both figures that have been released before, just repackaged. At least that Davey Boy Smith's a little different, I think, than the one they released before. I haven't seen that KO before. It's pretty nice looking KO. That's the one with Jade, her first figures in that series. We get that. I'll usually get the females like their first figures in sets. And AEW is really poor in this store. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Oh! I heard they're making a movie of this. And Finn Balor auditioned for it or went out for it. I don't know. But why would we need that?
I'd rather watch paint dry. Nice.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and Barnes & Noble. I'm over here near it anyway, so let's get inside and see if we find anything. So up here front, they still had the 50% off Kino stuff. So Garbo Talks. Yeah, there's that Bottoms. That was released this week, I'm pretty sure. Got a decent amount of special features on it. B and Maria, there's a DVD and a Blu-ray of that. That was an early release from Barnes & Noble. And they got the Blu-ray and the 4K of Vice Squad. I know Mid-Level Media said the 4K of that was garbage, I think. Swept Away, Rules of Engagement, Things to Do in Denver, Sudden Death, Brick. I've got most of these. Black Sheep. And then we got Sanzu Iwo Jima, Career Opportunities, Foul Play, In and Out. Turbulence, a very underrated movie. The Lady Killers is pretty good. That's the original, not the remake with Tom Hanks. The Longest Yard, highly recommended. No Way Out is good. So that was about it over here. They've got some TV stuff they put out 30% off. Orphan Black. I think this is the stuff that was 50% off last month. Hidden. What is that? They got Dune Prophecy, the HBO series, the complete first season on Blu-ray, 30% off. So at least that's something new over here. I don't remember seeing that anywhere last week. Over here in this section, look, they got the slipcover versions of the Clint Eastwood movies. Pale Rider, they're 30% off. Outlaw Josie Wales and Dirty Harry. That's a really nice slipcover. I like how they do the blue and the red on there. So check out Barnes & Noble to get your slipcover versions of the Clint Eastwood movies. I got all the Steelbooks. What else they got over here? They got Full Metal Jacket, a very overpriced Steelbook. You can get that cheaper on Amazon. Even with the percent off, it's too much.
And a price that is just too high.
All Quiet on the Western Front's pretty good, 40% off. Some war movies, 40% off. So let's get up into the TV section. And this is a recent release, Doctor Who The Savages. This is one of those ones where I think they lost the film elements. And so what they did was they took the audio and they animated the series. So then that way you can actually see it. Because it's, like I said, it's missing elements. What'd you think of you guys see supposedly the new regeneration of the current Doctor, which I didn't like anyway, who it's going to be? I'm not going to spoil it, but go check it out. They released a clip. Superman and Lois, that's really good. I'd get that on Blu-ray. I highly recommend that series. 4 seasons, really kind of short. They would have made more if they hadn't rebooted everything. And I think this is new this week. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2. So let's take a look just over in the regular section to see if we see anything new. I always like to show that slipcover stuff. If you're still looking for older releases with slipcovers, look in Barnes & Noble. So they did get Jason Goes to Hell. That's kind of cool. 30% off Arrow, and then right beside it, Jason X. They said they had them last week. Just my store stocked stuff so late. So I'm surprised they had that Bottoms out already. Hey, Kingpin, that's new. That's a new release this week. Highly recommend that. And then Last Tango in Paris. That's weird, getting a Vinegar Syndrome release in here. It doesn't have the slip or the special case or whatever, but at least they got it in here, and that's pretty good. Amadeus, I'm still toying around with getting that. I haven't seen it since it originally came out. Armageddon. They need a 4K of that. Mean Girls with a slipcover. That's 4K. You got Smile 2 still down there. Trying to see if any of these are new releases. What else Kino came out? I was going to check and see if they got it. They got that Arrow release of Torso on 4K for 40% off. Oh, yeah, that's right. This came out. Wayne's World 2. So that would be 50% off of that one as well. So very good deal on that. Time to pick up Wayne's World 1 and 2 on 4K. There was a Steelbook of the first one, right? Long Legs. Long Kiss Goodnight. I always like to show that. That's a highly underrated movie. There's the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring Steelbook, and then the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. That was what we were looking for in Walmart. Walmart is much cheaper on that. I think it's like $27, $29. That's way too expensive in here. It would still be like $40. So they don't have a lot in here. Did you see that 4K set that's going to come out of his movies? Anybody going to pick that up? And somebody kept telling me I should buy that movie there. As part of the Kino sale. I did see this on the end cap, Steppenwolf. I think that's a new release. I don't know anything about it. If you do, put it in the comments down below. Let me know if it's worth picking up.
Weather out there today is hot and shitty, with continued hot and shitty in the afternoon. Tomorrow, a chance of continued crappy with a pissy weather front coming down from the north.
So we're going to head into Target. Obviously, no physical media in here. There's some wrestling figures that were on sale that I was going to check and see what they had. So we'll head there first. I can already tell they don't have anything new out, and I don't see any sale stickers. Somebody told me some of these were marked down. They got the Hulk Hogan Ultimate. Why is Star Wars over here? They got the Rosie. There is a Chase version of that. They do have the Godfather. Just regular Rosies. No Chase. I'll pick it up. Logan Paul. It's not a hunt without me knocking shit over off the shelf. Kurt Angle, I think, is one of the ones that's supposed to be on sale. I'll check out that price. Carlito. They got the Kevin Owens Survivor Series where you build Adam Pearce. They got Build the Fink. There's the re-releases of the Uso and Batista. They still got the Sting AEW pay-per-view. Yeah, I'll give that a scan and see. If it was like $8, I'd pick it up. I've already got a better Angle figure, so I don't need another one unless it's really cheap. And I don't really see a whole lot else in this section. A lot of empty shelves. So let's go over to the DC Marvel section. They got a Thor statue. DC wise. There's a Platinum Edition Batman. That's kind of cool. We keep finding new stuff in here every week. I think we already saw that, but it's another Platinum Edition. Several of them. Remember when Platinum Editions used to be special and you'd only find like maybe one per store? It's getting to be a little ridiculous now. They're stocking stuff, but I don't see anything new in the buggy. This is the land of vinyl. Everything replaced physical media over here as far as movies, and you just have the same vinyl over and over again that nobody's ever buying. But their NECA section, this is the third week in a row they do not have anything NECA related. It's totally cleaned out. I don't know what they're doing. I'm hoping they're going to restock it. There's a couple figures I'm looking for. And there's a NECA dinosaurs down there, so maybe they're not totally getting rid of it. Look at that Peanuts with Charlie Brown. Her pulling the football away. That's kind of cool. And they actually do have a new DC figure of Alfred. That's from, obviously, the Justice League movies. That's cool. Some Godzilla pops that I don't collect much anymore. There's Beetlejuice with the grave. And the single Beetlejuice pop along with Elvira. I don't collect any of these anymore, so I think we're just going to get out of this section. Over here on the clearance, they didn't really have much. You can get you a PlayStation steering wheel. But look at this. This was a book that always used to weird me out. My mom had it from somebody she babysat it for. Love You Forever. I'm going to show you the part that weirded me out. Not that one. That's the guy holding his baby. But look at this picture here. This is when he's holding his mother. When she's like old in the rocking chair. That like used to weird me out. I don't know why. They got a really thick paperback version of Christine. That was the first novel of Stephen King I read.
That was so badass! Dr. Satan! Ah, Dr. Satan!
Well, that trip into Target wasn't badass, but we're going to go into Walmart. We'll see what we can find. And at least they did stock. It looks like a couple of new things up on the front rack. They got Yellowstone, $25 for the season 5 part 2. The other Walmart hadn't put any of that shit out. And have I dropped something in every store?
Yeah.
Mickey 17. What's back here? Nothing new. Nothing to see here. It's a couple other movies, new ones. Did they put them around here on the corner? Yeah, I know people were finding this in store. The Day the Earth Blew Up. That's your Blu-ray. And then there's the back cover. I heard this was pretty good. Looks fairly generic, the cover. They got the Blu-rays only $2 more than a DVD. I think that Outlander is new. Valiant one, I think we've seen that one before. So at least we saw a couple new things in this Walmart. And everything in here other than that is behind glass. That Colors Within, I think that's new for 1996. Woman in the Yard only got a DVD release in Walmart. That's weird. Brothers After War, Magazine Dreams. That Quiet One's got a DVD release in Walmart. I'm pretty sure there's a Blu-ray of that, though. Bloody Axe Wound, I highly recommend that. That's a fun horror flick. Then they even got stuff crammed down here on the bottom shelf that I don't know how you would see it. They got steelbooks of the Disney stuff, the 4K stuff down there. Nobody's going to see it. I'll give it a glance over their TV stuff. Rescue Me, that set, I do recommend that. Looks like most of this is the same as the other Walmart. They're younger. I don't know what that is. They do have the Three's Company set in here, $40. It doesn't include the Ropers or the other series, so that's just the one set. What else they got? Baywatch, South Park, Supernatural. That's probably the DVD set, and then Billions. There's just a quick wide shot of everything they got in here in the next section. I'm not going to look through here. I think everything is the same. Yeah, they got that Sharks Attack pack from the last Walmart, but I'll just eyeball it. That Nightmare on Elm Street, that's the DVD set that Planet CHH claims that's what the 4K set's going to look like. Or at least he thinks it is. He's making an educated guess. They got the horror section just like the other Walmart. Somebody put a pop up there. That Friday the 13th figure. I don't see any. I'm just making sure they didn't add anything new. What is this? A Peanuts 3D crystal puzzle. They've got the jerseys from Jason there. They got the Goosebumps. They still have the Scarecrow. What is this? They've got the Mummy. And then the other one was the Dummy. So we already saw that one. So they only had 3 different ones. Then around the corner is where they've got their pops. They've got the new Deadpool Wolverine ones. They got a couple of those. That Blade one I know a lot of people are looking for. Carol Ann from Poltergeist 2. Zelina Vega. That's a weird one to release. I guess they got to release one of everybody. But here's some more DC stuff. There's another Platinum Edition. Jade. This isn't a Platinum Edition, but that's kind of cool. Hal Jordan in the armor suit. A Platinum Edition Dr. Fate. Gold. We saw that Batman one, didn't we? Anybody else in here? We saw all those at the last Walmart. Bunch of anime stuff. Those UFC figures. I think these are new. Some people were looking for these. Monsters of the Silver Screen Blind Box. Those are little reaction figures. Somebody said I think they're about $15. So those are the ones you can get. I'm not interested in those. Check this out. I'm sure the people in the next aisle love me doing that. Peanuts, Godzilla. They have the Supermans. Look, another Platinum Edition. There's Lex Luthor. That's kind of cool. You know what I thought was funny about these? I guess they assume you know all the characters. I don't even see where they put their name, the name of the character or the figure on the packaging for those. I thought that was weird. So other than plush, we didn't find anything. Yeah, we're sad. So we'll get into this next section. They do have this 90s end cap with movies. It's got Major Payne, Dumb and Dumber and the Mask, Mummy Trilogy, Army of Darkness, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Got the sequel of that coming out in July on Netflix. So you guys looking forward to that? At least the cool thing about this section is they do have quite a bit of Blu-rays here. T2, Star of Echoes, Dexter's Lab, some missing ones, but pretty nice little display. And then they got some clearance stuff here. They got these Turtle 2-packs. That Tatsu, that's not clearance. That's $35. That's the regular price. And some anime stuff. So check your end caps because they might have some clearance stuff of all that anime stuff left over. And then speaking of clearance, you don't want this? We got one more stop we're going to make, so let's get there. Yeah, we're going to actually go into a Dollar General. There's one reason I just wanted to show you. I don't think mine's going to have anything, but my wife had seen this sign here. It said DVD sale select SDS. DVDs are 50% off. I think on that sticker there, the price sticker, it's got to say SDS. Most of the movies don't have it, but there's an old WWE pay-per-view one that does. And some Looney Tunes, so that would be $4. And some Looney Tunes Platinum. You got some Scooby-Doo stuff. So some of these movies have that SDS on there. Those would be 50% off. So maybe you'll find something cheap in here. I dug through here. They really have nothing. So let's look online and see what else we could have found. We got Kingdom of Heaven 4K Steelbook. The Steelbook looks great. Not a big fan of that movie, so I didn't order that. I'll just go ahead and tell you. We got Wayne's World 2 4K, Kingpin 4K. That's from Kino. You got The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie. So that looks pretty interesting. I might want to see that. You got Scent of a Woman in 4K. Got the Starman 4K Steelbook. Too much to double dip on that. I'll just let you know. I've got Starman 4K in that, Columbia Classic set. Sky Captain and World of Tomorrow 4K. I'm not a big fan of that movie. We got Bottoms, which was not too bad, but I wished it had been a little better. We got some Vinegar Syndrome and Dirty Work. I haven't ordered anything from Vinegar Syndrome direct in a while, so I don't know about that one. Three Musketeers, Four Musketeers. You got Lean on Me. You got the Golden Child 4K. I think that's the next VSU title. I'm probably going to order that, just maybe not directly from Vinegar Syndrome. And you got Jade 4K, The Dark Half 4K, Let's Scare Jessica to Death 4K. I've seen that movie. I don't know whether a 4K upgrade's going to be any good for that one or not. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 Blu-ray. You got Terror in the Fog, The Wallace Grimm, what is that collection? House of Psychotic Women. You got Killer of Sheep 4K, In My Skin 4K. I might get that one based on a recommendation from another YouTuber. Bone Sickness, Queer Digipack, that's a A24 release. Mystery Street, Iron Angels 1 through 3. The Prosecutor, some anime, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers 4K Steelbook. Some Giallo, Treasures of Soviet Animation. That looks weird. Oliver, I use that little clip in some of my videos. That's funny. The Sword and the Claw, Breathless Media Book, Three Comrades, Rhapsody in Blue, Street Fighter, the animated series. That looks kind of cool. Audie Murphy. We got Rats. I forgot. I skipped that one. Nathan Hayes, and that's a movie I'm interested in getting. I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. Gate of Flesh, The Woman in the Yard. I heard that was pretty decent. I don't know anything about those. Alto Knights, I heard was garbage. The Magnificent Seven, Deadly Sins. What else we got? Soul Tangler. That's some B-movie cheese. The Colors Within. I don't know anything about those. A Better Place. That's a early movie produced by Kevin Smith. Good Madam. Check that out. I've got a review of that on the channel. They gave me a screener of that from Shudder. Not the greatest movie. Steppenwolf. We saw that in Barnes & Noble. Naked Came, The Stranger. Playground. I don't know anything about those. Outlander Season 7. Bang the Drum Slowly, the standard release. That was a cinematograph release earlier, I think. Criminally Insane 2. Rats, Night of Terror 4K. Does that movie need a 4K? Hell of the Living Dead 4K. Same with that. In My Skin we talked about. That Being Maria, that was an early release at Barnes & Noble that I bought last week. Demoness looks kind of cool, that cover. The Quiet Ones, we saw the DVD. There's their standard, I guess, cover of Dirty Work. The Prosecutor Blu-ray. Damn, it's a lot of releases. Nothing great, though. William Tell, Underdeveloped, One Piece, Child's Play. October 8th, Rule Breakers. And then a bunch of cheesy animated stuff look like Burn on Demand. Any of that any good? Let me know in the comments down below. So I think that's about it. So we got mostly catalog stuff this week. Nothing great. Kino got some good releases. Bunch of stuff from Vinegar Syndrome. So let's get home and close out this video. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter. That's me on the sign back in the background. JeffMan316 Live is where we join together, usually Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. We watch along to a movie. We bullshit about pop culture. We talk about physical media. We talk about movie hunts, wrestling, everything, anything you guys want to talk about. I'm game for it. So come over and join me. Also join me on social media, JeffMan316. I chat with a lot of you on Instagram. So please follow me there and we can chat anytime you guys got any questions when I'm away, not on a live stream or whatever. Got a lot of cool videos coming up on the channel. My wife's going to be in one where we do a thrifting video this week, so watch out for that. But my next video will be the haul video. Yeah, always after I do the hunt, I always do the haul, and it's the stuff that came out, new releases for this past week. Got a lot of cool stuff coming out. It's June. We got the anniversary of Jaws. This 50th anniversary. So I might do some Jaws content sprinkled throughout the month, so watch out for that. So lots of cool content coming up on the channel. So as always, please support me any way you can, and the easiest way to do it is drop a like on all the videos that you watch. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I always tell you to do that normal YouTube stuff. I really appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, you rule. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It's free of charge, and we have fun here talking about physical media and pop culture. So hopefully you'll join us, and once you do, hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when I post new videos. So I really appreciate the support, and until next time, boys and girls, I'm JeffMan316. As always, I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.